What's up, you tens? In this video, we're going to be going over the conclusion section of your assignment and what to put in that. So, just like any conclusion, no new information should be addressed here. Okay. Essentially, what we're doing is providing a summary to the evidence and evaluation and linking it in all together for essentially summarizing our argument, summarizing our results, okay, summarizing what the conclusion of this research investigation essentially was. Okay, we did this for a reason. Okay, we started at the top here and we took a claim, okay, and we broke that claim down to a research question, and then we found evidence for it, and then we found what that evidence actually stated. We linked it all together and essentially to get an answer in this section here. Okay, what you are doing is, in your conclusion, is essentially a summary of these sections here of your evaluation and your evidence, and providing that that answer to this research evaluation of what findings did we actually take away from this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is state what the evidence concluded about your research question. Okay, so again, going back to this section here, your evidence, and essentially providing a summary, a quick summary of what the evidence that you found actually showed, and how that answered your research question. Okay, so then you're going to go on and you are going to state, did the evidence support the claim or not? Okay, or justify. Okay, so our claim being our first, our very large, broad claim that we started with. Okay, so did the evidence that we found support the claim? Again, it's just this section right here. Okay, state the relationship between the claim and assist and provide evidence if we the evidence assisted in getting an answer for that or not. Okay, and is the research question confirmed, rejected, or inconclusive by the evidence, and explain. So again, it's just a quick summary of before. As you're saying, the evidence that I found, does that confirm the research question? Okay, did it prove the research question to be true? Okay, does it prove the research question to be rejected? Okay, or is the evidence that we have here inconclusive? Because that's a very possible thing that you can say, well, look, it was inconclusive. Very same with your claim as well. You're telling me if the claim is that you found the evidence to support the claim to be true or not true or inconclusive. Okay, so an example for this, if you're doing, humans can control evolution more effectively than nature, you can say, well, based off the evidence, we can say that yes, we can. Based on the evidence, we can say that no, we can't. Or based off the evidence, we can say it's inconclusive. We don't know because of these reasons. Okay, we weren't able to find the right stuff in this research investigation. Same thing with your research question, your refined thing. Your refined research question, you can then say, was it confirmed, was it rejected, or was it inconclusive? Okay, you're providing answers to both of these. Right, what you're going to go on and say is, what would be the gathered research and data require to support or reject the research question or claim? Okay, so essentially, what other research would have assisted you in arriving at a conclusion? Okay. So, if for any reason the evidence meant the research question was inconclusive, or the claim was inconclusive, okay, or rejected by any means, what other research would have assisted you in arriving at that in a conclusion, or another result? Okay, and then that should essentially just be a summary of what stuff you should be talking here at the last part of your evaluation. So essentially, this conclusion is just a summary like I said, of the evidence and evaluation, okay, and answering the key points of your research question, okay, relating everything back to your claim and your research question, okay. Was the claim supported or not? Justify. So, did it happen, or did it is it not happening? Okay. Can we control? I'm using this one claim, the first one. Can we control evolution more effectively in nature, or can't we? Or is it conclusive? We don't know based on the evidence that we found. Okay. Answering that claim. Okay. Obviously, if that's just the first claim, you would do that for either of the three claims that you chose. Okay. So does the claim support it or not? Okay. Same with your research. Same with your question. Okay. Is it confirmed, rejected, or inconclusive? All right. Provide that summary and what other research would have assisted you in arriving at a conclusion, or at a different conclusion, or etc. etc. Okay. Justify how these would assist your conclusions. Okay. Even if you got to the claim was supported and your research question was confirmed, okay, and you have decided that there was enough evidence there to support to answer your research question, and there was enough evidence and your research question was confirmed enough to clearly confirm your claim, okay, then you can still say what other research would have assisted you even easier at arriving at this conclusion, or what other research is there to help build on what you have and more strongly make that link. So there's always still going to be this point, even if it's not inconclusive. Okay, so your conclusion is just that there should be no new information here. Okay, no new information. You're not giving everything that you say here essentially should be mentioned in some way up in your evaluation and evidence. Okay, it's just a little bit of a summary, compiling all the key points of the set of your assignment together in a nice, cohesive, and concise way there to put it all together to essentially provide your conclusion is just providing the answer to this whole overarching assignment. Okay, if we have this claim, okay, and we've gone on a research investigation to find evidence to see to identify if this claim is true or not. Okay, and you're essentially just answering that in this last section here. Okay, if to use an example here, in the conclusion of the example. In conclusion, the claim that human evolution is still occurring, obviously that was the claim that they did in their assignment, is still occurring, is not fully supported. Because the question is broad, it requires more experimentation than is possible. Okay, that might be very true for what you're looking at as well. Okay. If the specific research question is considered also, if the specific research question is considered, this also cannot be fully supported. Okay, this is because the evidence applied for the research question is about historical data. Further research could be done. Okay, so essentially what they're saying here is both the claim and research question are both inconclusive, and we can't say it's supported or not because of the lack of evidence or link back to that claim that we found. And it said that different research would need to be found to help arrive at that conclusion. Okay, so it's essentially in this small thing here, it has covered these 3 points: the claim, the research question, and other data. Okay, and these guys have come on it's inconclusive basis, which you're allowed to do. You can very much see here they've just gone, well, I don't think there's enough research here to fully conclude this. Okay, there's no right or wrong. You can say it supports it, it's confirmed, you can reject it, or you can say it's inconclusive. And as long as you backed it up with your evaluation here, okay, talking about your data and linking it back to the claim, as long as you've backed up, you can take either of those 3 claims. And it's not going to make your assignment worse by saying, well, hey, look, the research that we found, it was inconclusive. Okay, because it's clearly here what these guys have done in the A-level example. Even though they have all of this data is really good, they've still come to the conclusion that, I think it's actually inconclusive. Okay, so that's what you're doing here in your conclusion. Hopefully this helps.